Hey guys, Sean Terry here, flip2freedom.com. Hope you're doing well. All right, in this video, I'm going to talk about and actually share with you and go into a deal that we made $80,000 on in a town in Ohio of only 5,200 population, and there was no comps at all to kind of go by. And we're going to talk about how we were able to get this deal done in a. I think we listed it and it went pending in a matter of a couple days, like 5 or 6 days. So we're going to show you exactly how we got this $80,000 deal done with no information, and you're going to love it. So let's get into it right now.
I can't take no loss, yeah. I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my
All right. I'm going to take you and I'm going to show you on this particular deal in Novelty, Ohio, how we were able to make $80,000 on this particular deal, and we didn't have any information. The comp calculator didn't work, and we actually were able to pull this thing off. And we're going to talk about the logic it took when going through and looking at the comparable sales, and sometimes things that you have to do in this business that's it's against nature, I guess you could say, of what you normally do. And I want to share what that one thing is that you have to do in certain times to be able to get deals done. So my name's Sean Terry. If you don't know each other, I've been wholesaling now for the past 19 years. I was local in Phoenix forever. Then we went national in 2019. I've got a team of people here in my office here. We do millions and millions of dollars all across the entire country. Absolutely love the wholesaling business. I make about 95% of my money from wholesaling. I own apartment complexes and stuff like that. And my passion project is doing this YouTube channel, training, education, and stuff like that. So I actually have we did a webinar. We talked about the current real estate market. We talked about how to do deals nationally. We talked about a 7-step process, how to make offers, how to talk to sellers, how to pick markets, how to find a closing company that's going to do the deals nationally for you, how to get the deal closed, and how to make money selling a property to either conventional or FHA financing, VA financing, and conventional finance, either way. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and check that link up there. That is the link where you can check out that video. It's basically a training I've done, and you'll absolutely love it. So let's get into this right here. Let's talk about this particular deal in Novelty, Ohio. And I'm going to walk you through the thinking on this thing. So first off, if we look at it, we'd say it's obviously not it's not a pretty house, right? The house is, definitely needs some work, so the first thing we do, when looking at this particular deal, we want to get an idea of where this property is, right? So if we're going to get here, Novelty, Ohio. So we look where the property is right here, Novelty, Ohio. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out. And we're going to say, okay, well, it's about an hour or so outside of Cleveland. That's pretty good. So we got this little area of Novelty, Ohio, outside of Cleveland. What's the population in Novelty? Well, it's 5,215. So, there are people that tell me all the time, it goes, you cannot do deals in small towns. And yes, you can. Now, we've done deals in small towns that are an hour outside of bigger towns, or literally in the middle of nowhere where they're small towns and they're 2 and 3 hours from a major market. So yes, you can do deals in smaller markets. And actually, those end up being some of the best deals. So let's get back into it. $5,200 here. So first off, we're going to do is we're going to look, at, and this is our sold price Redfin value. But at the time, the current Redfin value at the time was $192,000. The Zillow value at the time was $189,000. REA Automator value is $194,000. So if we put this right here in the calculator, we put Redfin value, Redfin value, REI Automator 194, Zillow 189. It's going to give us a 191,800 average price. And then we have the 2,300. Obviously, we know it needs repairs on the property. So we're going to put, in this case, like 20, 25 bucks a foot, probably 25 bucks a foot on here. Yeah, at 2,330, it's going to give us $58,000 repairs. That's going to put us at an exit price of 138, and we're going to an offer at 37, 56, 76. So this is the information we have out of the gate, right? This is kind of what the information we have without even talking to the seller, figuring out the situation. But it looks like we're going to have to be at a low number of 37, high number, we're going to be like a $78,000. So can we actually get the deal for this, for this amount? Who knows? We got to kind of see what's going on in the market. And that's what we're going to walk through right now. And we're going to show, kind of how we got this deal done. All right. So now what we're going to do, and I love using Redfin. Redfin works great. I really don't like, Zillow at all. I like Redfin. So let's go to Redfin right here. And first off, let me show you right here. First off, so we got the property for 137, right? 137,690. So that is way different from any of these numbers right here. And here we go. We go back here and we sold it for $223,000. And we made $79,862.50. Here's our listing information. So if I go back down to the listing's right here. So we March 27th it listed active. And look at this. We listed it 199 and it bid up and closed at 223. So March, and less than 10 days later, we right there, April 6th, we went pending, and then we closed it, right? Sold MLS 223, bid up from 199. So what is the logic behind this deal? Now, first off, let's look at what we got. We got a 1940 build, right? And it's on almost an acre, right? And that's basically the information we got. We got 2,300 square feet, 3.2. So now we're going to open up this. We're going to look at the property, kind of see where it's at. It's right off this little Fairmont Ridge right here. And then we're going to click over here and we're going to zoom out. Right. And what we want to see is we're right here. We want to see what's active in the market. So I'm going to go to filters and I'm going to go down here. I'm going to click house and I'm going to click active, pending, under contract. And we got 3. So now we've got this one, we got 3 properties, and we got this monster 15,000 square foot house in Novelty, Ohio, or Russell, Ohio, wherever it is. So I'm going to zoom out right here. I'm going to see if I can find anything else because I want to zoom out and see what we've got. Now I'm going to go here and I'm going to go by price low to high. So now we got this 1,400 square foot house. This is and I'm going to look for what's around our property. I want to try to find the closest thing. So we got 250. We got this nice. Now it's contingent. That's what this little gray means. Green means it's active. Gray means it's contingent. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to click into it and I'm going to look. I'm going to see, is it close to ours? So this is 1,700. So our house is bigger. It's a 4, 1.5. Remember, ours is a 3, 2,300 square feet. So we've got this one right here. I'm going to go down, and this was on 1 acre, so close to ours, and built 1940, so very similar, right? So it's built same year. It's just a smaller property, has an extra bathroom. Now let's look at the condition. What would we say on condition? Right. Well, the condition obviously is a lot nicer than our particular property, and it is listed. So now what we're going to look at is how fast it went pending, and this went pending in 6 days, right? So if we go down to the listing history, right here. It was listed on the 4th, and literally 4 days later, we see it went contingent on that property. So that tells me something. That's pretty good. That's 4 days later, this sucker went active. Obviously, it's pretty clean. It's at 250. So what I'm notating basically in my head here is I know that we have to be significantly under 250 initially, right? For us property to go fast, this is a lot cleaner and it's smaller, but ours is a little bit bigger. We've got to be under 250 because it's very similar in age and similar in size of lot. So let's keep going here, and we're going to talk through this logic of what we're talking about, and then we're going to go here. So we've got this one. Let's look at this one right here. This is fairly close. Oh, here we go. Here's one that is as pretty rough condition as our property. Now it's bigger, right? And it's listed at 260 for 10,000 more. It's a 3.3, so it has one more bath than ours. Now let's look at the details on this. Okay, there we go. There's 8 acres, so it's on 8 acres, and it's built roughly the same time. Oh my gosh, look at this. Listed and then went pending in 24 hours. So this flew off the shelf. So if we're thinking about this right now, what are we thinking? We looked at 2 properties close to ours. One went in 4 days. The other one went in 24 hours. And this one obviously is not clean. So there's activity in the marketplace. So if we could price this right, maybe it'd be good. Let's keep going here. And we're going to go, and then what are we going to do? So now these are the ones that are closest. You know, we got this one over here for 245. This is kind of, let's just see how, I like to see how fast it went. 18 days. That's pretty quick. Let's go back down to MLS because it'll get the real date right here. So it went April 17th, right? So it's about 2 weeks. This went pending right here. Yeah, when it went contingent, let me see. So it listed 14th. 3 days later, it went contingent. So within 3 days, this property went right here in 3 days, and it is smaller, has an extra bath. It is same size acreage, and it's built within 15 years, and this property went in less than 4 days. So again, another property that sold, it basically sold super quick. This pending right here. This is a bigger one, 2,200, similar size square footage. I bet the property, 1.3 acres, so not that big, built obviously built later years than ours. Let's see how fast this one went. This is 89 days. So 335, 320, 317. They couldn't find the price. As soon as they found the price, bam, it went contingent because they got the price of 309, went contingent quickly after that. So price, I can tell you, is incredibly important. If you price it wrong, your property's going to sit there, and then everyone's going to be sweating. You're going to be sweating. Seller's going to be sweating. Everyone's going to be sweating. So pricing the property right. I'd rather price it low and get it bid up than price it high and then just sit there and wait. Because remember, we want to turn and burn on these properties. So if we go back here, so that's it's pretty much all the properties we want to look at. Now the next thing we're going to do is just to verify is we're going to go back in sold. We're going to go down and we're going to go to 1 month. We're going to go here and we look at that. We have, well, that's our property, of course. So, but we don't really have anything. There's really nothing close. Everything is a significantly higher price. So we're going to go back and then we're going to go to 3 months and then see what we got. And I don't like to go back any further than, what's that? 4,000 homes? Something's wrong. It's going to be a glitch. For sale. Sold. Okay. So sold 3 months, 7 homes. All right. So we've got, so what do we got here? 274, 247. Let's look at this one. 247. Not a bad house. Similar square footage, an extra bath, an extra bedroom. I mean, it's on 3 acres, built 77, newer. How fast did it go? We go down here and it went, it says relisted pending. So it went in about a week. You can see that, a week right there. And it closed at the 247. So we got that one. Let's look at this 245. This one right here, smaller, same bed and bath. It's similar in 15. And then there we go. Let's see how fast it went. So listed price change, had to price change again. And then immediately went pending on the price change. about 8 to 10 days later. And then boom, now we go to, was able to close that property. And now this is an as-is property too as well. It's not that pretty, prettier than ours, but it's obviously smaller and 3-bed, 2-bath. So that's enough information that we have. So now the question becomes, right? That's all the information we have. What do we sell it for? And what do we offer? The calculator, right? We looked at the calculator and it says, we could offer 37, right? It's not going to happen, and seller's not going to sell. So what do we do? How do we structure an offer and structure a deal? Do we walk away from it? We look at it and go, oh my gosh, there's no comps in the area. Do we look at it and say, oh my gosh, there's only 5,200 population areas, so we pass on the deal? So here's what I want to tell you. The most important thing right here is that in 80+% of the deals you do, there is going to be missing information. Either you're not going to know because there's not going to be comps, like renovated comps to figure out what the ARV is, the after repair value of the property. You're not going to know what the potential strike price of an acquisition price on it, your buy price, because there might not be comps that are similar to yours that is sold recently or pending recently. So you might not have that information. Now, in this particular case, we don't know what to buy it for. We don't even know what to sell it for. We just need to know we got to sell it under that 250 and that 260 number significantly to be even in the ballpark to try to be able to get this deal done. So as an acquisition rep, and we're sitting here and we're in the business and we're trying to do deals, and this lead comes across our desk, most people would pass on this deal and they get rid of it because of population. Oh, it's too small. I won't be able to find any buyers there, this, that, and the other. Or they're going to pass on it because they don't have comps. And they're going to look at their deal, their calculator, and they go, "Oh my gosh, you're going to offer a seller $76,000," and they're going to be like, "Yeah, forget it." Right? It's not going to be a deal. So there's going to be a disconnect. So what do you do when if 80% of the leads that come in, especially on a national basis, there's missing information? What do you do? Do you pass on it? Do you just offer this, go by the comp calculator, offer the ridiculously low number? They say no, they turn you down. What do you do? And here's the answer, right? Is you do the best you can do. And what that means is you try to increase your probability of success the best you can. So how do you do that? Well, first off, we can increase our probability by knowing to sell the property below everybody else. That's a number we can kind of dial in. So if you look at here, boom, we see on this right here, we sold it, but it was listed for the 199. So if I go back to the property right here, I go down, right? You can see it was listed at 199. Now that is significantly less than all the other properties. We got a 250, we got a 260. They went pending fairly quickly. Yes, they're a little bit cleaner and nicer. So we listed it under 200,000. There's really nothing in the area either sold or active under 200,000. So does that increase probability? Yes, it increases our probability on that side of having to be able to successfully exit. So now we got to turn around and we got to back out and give ourselves high probability on an acquisition. So we know that, a 79,000, that's a little bit lower. So then what we do is we go, okay, can we get it at, 60%, maybe 65%. So now we take the, 199 times, say, 60%, that puts us at like a 114. You take, 137 divided by 199, that puts us about 68% of the list price. So that gives us about 32% of margin of error that we could work with and negotiate with a buyer, and there could be a spread in there. Now, we weren't thinking 80,000. We're thinking maybe 30, 40,000, 20, 30,000 on the deal that we could make work. But what we're doing is increasing. So what we did is found our exit price. We don't know an acquisition price. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wing it. Now, I know there's analytical people listening. There's like this, buy them. I've got to have everything in the book and this. That's not real estate. 80% of the deals, you're going to have missing information. You're not going to know all the details. And what you're going to try to do is create a high probability situation. And the way you do that is have an exit price below everybody else and an acquisition price that there's enough spread. And you're going to wing it. And you're going to do the best you can do. And then you're going to let the market, by listing the property, kind of determine what goes on. So now we put it out. It could have listed it at 199 and it could have been crickets, right? We put the pictures up there and all this stuff. It could have been crickets. No one could have done, we could have done nothing, right? Or what happened was you could get offers, and we got multiple offers coming in. People come in, people start bidding, and Josh was playing people off each other and there was bidding it up. So that is, you have to increase your probability. Now, if you could do me a favor, if you're liking this video so far, do me a favor and press the like and press that subscribe button, because it helps the algorithm. And I'm hoping I'm creating value that you can take this back into your business and you can turn around and make money. So the goal is to create high probability in your transaction, and you can control potentially what your offer is, and you control what your exit is. And then you let the market decide. So if you put it out to the market and you get crickets, what do? You lower your price. We lower our prices every single Friday. Okay. And guess what? You lower, just like I showed you some of these numbers, you lower, bam, it goes pending. That will happen to you too. You lower, but you got to give yourself room. Lower, bam, it goes pending. So you have to wing it. You have to just kind of go out there. And what is the risk? The risk is, unfortunately, you have to cancel. But if you're in communication with a seller and you're trying to get the property sold and you miss the price on it, then you lower the price, then you can get it done. Now, in this particular deal, it bid up like crazy. We got $223,000 offer. We accepted it. It was cash, and we closed that property quickly. So this is a deal which majority are, where you don't have all the information, the calculator's not going to work, and you have to make a decision to trash it because there's only 5,200 population, and it feels like it's in the middle of nowhere. There's really no comps to go off. So what do? You chuck it, or do you bank $80,000? So this is a game of probability. You got to put yourself in the highest probability to win, and then you let the market decide what the market wants. And then you can make adjustments as you have information and feedback coming from people that are actually looking at the property in that market. So I hope this helps. Remember, go out there, register for the training right there. You will learn a ton of information, the 7 steps on how to do deals, learning our best marketing methods to generate leads all across the entire country for cheap. You'll learn a whole bunch of information. So go out there and register for that. You'll absolutely love it. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. God bless.
I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my